Okay, hello, good afternoon, everyone. How are you? Thank you so much for coming here. So today's Wednesday Forums topic is very interesting. It's quite relatable to our daily lives, of course. Whether we're going to discuss the relationship between religion, mental health, and of course the youth. So basically, in this I think this topic is how religion could form or shape the society's perceptions towards mental health. And this research delves into whether young people, particularly those undergoing lifestyle challenges, impacting their mental well-being, and turn into religion and worship during such periods. And this alarming increase in student suicides in Jogja during 2023 has brought this issue into sharper focus, raising questions about the factors influencing young people's mental health, their coping mechanisms, and the role of religion in this process. This study involved 9 individuals aged 19 to 26 who faced significant challenges affecting their mental health. And these findings reveal that turning to religion in times of difficulty is not a universal choice. Different factors steer individuals towards the right coping mechanisms. Like parents, policymakers, religious leaders, and educators should consider these findings to better equip young people with comprehensive knowledge about mental health, enhance their spiritual awareness, and foster effective coping mechanism. And our speaker today is Leila Adrianti Hermina, is a religiosity, spirituality, and mental health enthusiast, and she has graduated from CRCS. And she'll have to share her thoughts and findings through her X account at Ladina Lane. So maybe you can follow her later. So please, without any further ado, please welcome. Thank you so much for this here right now. It feels harder than my previous defense actually. I feel more nervous than when I do the thesis defense like 2 months ago because the audience is bigger now. Thank you so much for CRCS UGM giving me this opportunity to reveal my research to the audience here, and thank you so much for Panju for giving me the direction, and Pak Iqbal, Pak Leo, my advisor, my thesis advisor, that giving me asked me to change my title of thesis like 3 or 4 times, and also the first chapter for 3 times. So I changed the title and the first chapter for many times. So I'm gonna talk about does youth turn into religion as a coping mechanism? Why does this matter? Because from the Farki Foundation survey 2017, Indonesian teenagers rank as the happiest among 20 countries. Like for 93% of them state that their happiness related to their religious belief. So this is significant. But another survey from Indonesia National Adolescent Mental Health Status Report in 2023, they said that one of three teenagers in Indonesia face mental health challenge. And then we both know for Yogyakarta in 2023, we got six suicide news from students. And globally, suicide is the fourth leading cause of death for those aged between 15 to 29 of as of 2019 from WHO. I'm so nervous, sorry. So because of that data, so I have the initial question. The first one is, do they tend to give faith and religion during the challenging time? And then the second one is,
If they do, what kind of religious activities help them the most? And then the third question is, outside the faith religious activities, what are the things that they do that help them the most to cope with life challenges and traumatic events? Why is that? Yeah, because 93% of teenagers in Indonesia say that they are happy because of religious beliefs that they have. So, the research method of this thesis is qualitative method. I use in-depth semi-structured interviews to my informants, and then I use thematic analysis to analyze the data. And the data subject is young people, aged 19 to 26 years old. They ever experienced the hardest moment in their life that impacted their mental health. Currently living in Yogyakarta, and I collect the informants mostly by voluntary invitation on social media platform. My social media X Adrenaline. So why I choose this age range? Because in the data say that the first hardest moment of human being's life, mostly in this range of age, because of the transition between teenager to adult, happen in this timeline. So I choose this range time. And then the basic theory that I use is from Lisa Miller, that she is a psychiatrist from Columbia University, and she works with neuroscientists. And she said she found that the brain has a unique capacity to perceive and respond to spiritual dimension of life. A developed sense of spirituality or personal relationship with a higher power can act as a significant buffer against mental health issue. So if we have the belief to the higher power, no matter what kind of form is that, Lisa Miller said that it can lead us to a better mental well-being, which I will explore next. And the indicators that I use to analyze my informants are mental well-being indicators, and then religious indicators, spiritual well-being indicators, and positive and negative religious coping by parliament. So before I go to general finding, I will get you into the fairy tale of my informants here. So my first informant is has a unique story because she went through two phases of depression. The first one when she lost her dad, her father. So when she lost her father, she lived with her family in her mother's house. So she grieved with prayers, worship, and work out and go out with her friends. And she felt like, wow, if I do the sin, my father will have to responsible for my sin. So I should stop do the sin. So she felt closer to God and so scary of making the sin. Then she broke up with her boyfriend because I don't want to make a sin. But the broke up led her to the second phase of depression because she lost her long-term boyfriend, like 40 years. She lost the long-time boyfriend, and after she lost the father, her biggest cheerleader, she lost her boyfriend, her biggest cheerleaders, and she felt so alone. Then the second phase of depression led her to move to Jogja, met another friends, and the coping mechanism that was worship, workout, go out with friends, positive coping mechanism switch into phase two, alcohol and partying. This is the most interesting story of my informants because she has to face. And her bounce back moment, she stopped doing all that because she met her boyfriend, her current boyfriend. So for her, even she has family and friends for a support system, but the most support system that she needs is man figure. because she no longer have a father, so she has a boyfriend. Then after she got the boyfriend, she felt better. So for every one of us, we need different support system, I think. The next one, Sasa. Oh yeah, this is informants that came from religious family. So I have three religious background: religious, strongly religious, moderately, and one liberal. So these are the group from religious family. So the next one is Sasa. Sasa is a sweet girl. She came from strongly religious family and she prays like 5 times a day. She devote Islam. She is a devout Muslim until she went through the thesis problem, which I gone through also, but not as long as hers. I only like shut down for 6 months. I cannot do anything with my thesis for 6 months. But she went through the depression because of her thesis for 3 years. 3 years straight. It's because first of all, she felt left alone by her peers. Her peers like, oh, I'm busy, sorry, I cannot help you because they also busy with the thesis. And same as mine, her advisor kept asking her to change the topic. But did you feel that the difference is I really love my topic, my research topic. So okay, Pak Iqbal, okay, I will change this. Okay, you have to change the first chapter. Okay, saya bongkar semua ya Pak. So she felt alone and what is your coping mechanism? I asked. She said, I didn't have any. I just stay alive. I just sleep, eat just for staying alive for straight 2 years. And she stopped praying at all. The devout Muslims stopped praying at all. Not salat, not asking for help from God. No, she did nothing. She just praising like zombie for 3 years. And then the bounce back moment is when only one. So this is, I think it's important to everyone that want to be a lecturer or already a lecturer. It's just because one lecturer reached out to her and asked about her thesis and like accompany her during the journey of writing the thesis. And just because of this one lecture, she finished her thesis just in 3 months, just like mine. I also finished my thesis in 3 months after six months of shutdown. So she stopped doing the thesis for 3 years and finished it in 3 months just because she got the right support system. Again, it's another story about support system. And then the next one is Dini. The problem is about family and financial issue, and then this informant came from a devout Buddhist family, and her coping mechanism is worship, and then she thinks that, oh my God, but is this my karma from past life? Is this my karma from whatever I did that I don't think that it matters? I don't know, but I think I should pay the karma now. So I think I could, if whatever I could do better, I will do better and I will do good. And she worship and then she work hard to escape from the reality. This is the coping mechanism. I should feel so tired so I can sleep, she said. And hoping and she hopes that life will get better. So her coping mechanism was paying her karma, uh, working hard to do the financial and then hoping that life will better. The last time I spoke to her, she haven't got any bounce back moments, still struggling and doing her best until the last time I spoke to her. But she did have a support system, which is her boyfriends, her siblings, her friends, and her religious faith. So her religious faith is one of support system that makes her gain the good coping mechanism. Then the next one is Juno. Juno came from religious family, and the downfall moment is because he is broke out with his girlfriend. So the boy can get depression too because broke up with us girls. So yeah, because he held the religious teaching in his heart, he do worship and prayer, and he even worship more. Like he did sholat sunnah, puasa sunnah, and come to pengajian as a coping mechanism. And he worked out because he knows that workout will help his physique feel better, and it related to his mental health. And yeah, because the girlfriend was the only support system that he has, and when broke up he has no one around him, he started to build a relationship with his classmates. Finally I feel the need to making friends, but after I broke up, okay, yeah, the last time I spoke to him, he's still in the same place, maybe because he haven't got any new girlfriend, but he already feels better anyway. And then the next one, Hilmi. Hilmi also comes from a strong religious family, but when I ask him why the coping mechanism is only go to professional, not worship, not salat, not whatever, he said this, ngapain mbak, udah bosen di rumah agama mulu. Yeah, he said that, what should I turn into religion? It's too much already. So he only go to professional psychologists and psychiatrists at the same time. And it's because exhausted by academic life. So yeah, it happens, guys. Depression from exhausted from academic life happen, and it's valid. And after going to therapy, he felt better, and he finally opened up about his depression to his friends. And his friends was like, "Oh my God, me too! I go to therapist too. Oh my God, you too? Okay." Yeah, they finally talking about their mental health every time they meet, and he felt like, oh, finally I get a support system from my friends who's depressed too. And the last one from religious family group is Alvin. Alvin is devout Christian family. I know him when he overwhelmed by his academic life again, and the fear of failure and the possibility of disappointing his family, because his family like, oh, you have to lose with high IPK and then you work with family business. So I'll say, I don't like this subject that I learned. I cannot keep up. I cannot keep up with the lecturer. What should I do? And he just left the class. Like for the straight one semester, he never came to the class. And he went to alcohol, influences by his friends. Okay, I cannot do this. I cannot do the class. So I just do drunk every day, like every single day. I asked him, do you go to the church? No. Do you pray? Yeah, sometimes I pray for God. God, please help me. I don't know what to do. So finally, the most pain moment was after his family figured out his academic situation, because his kajur calling his mother like, "Where's your son?" And okay, and then disidang sama keluarganya. And yeah, the family said like, okay, yang penting lulus aja deh, IPK nggak tinggi, nggak apa-apa. And finally, he said, akhirnya, okay, I just need to go through this and just finish the college, and that's it. Yeah, again, the support system, the support from the family that made him watch back, and now he's in the final semester. and he's doing good so far. Now, this is the informants who came from moderately religious family analysis. I have three. The first one is Gimbal. Gimbal, the crisis factor is the death of his mother, and he was a kind of devout Muslim when he was senior high school. He prayed like 5 times a day, and then after he graduated from high school, he trained for the work. And there is an ustad that talking so much about sin and hell in Islam, and he felt like, no, I don't need to be a Muslim to be a good person. I don't like this kind of religion, you see. So Gimbal just likes his religion, and yeah, I don't want to make God busy also. So I will mind my own business and don't ask to God, because there are already 8 billion people that ask him. So I will just let him alone. Like I will just live my life. He must say that to me. So okay. And because the influence of his friends when her mother died, and he felt the grief and he cannot go anywhere. He went to be an alcoholic. Like he can get the breakfast with alcohol. Breakfast with alcohol. And I asked, do you have suicidal tendency? I never think about suicide, but I do think about getting into fight with a police, and I hope the police will shoot me in my head. He still, until now, he said he still try to find a moment when he can go fight with a police, and hopefully a police shoot him on the head. Like, wow. So, Gimbal experienced the religious trauma from the Ustad. And the next one, funny, another religious trauma victim is also because the death of her grandmother and the decrease of financial stability in the family because the loss of the grandmother. So she have to, similar like Dini, she have to work hard to get the financial stability for the family. And Fanny identified herself as spiritual but not religious. I do believe in God, but I don't think that I want to be a Muslim anymore because of the abuse that she got from senior high school moment, from from her teacher, from her peers that talking too much about religion, and she said that I had enough. But because she is spiritual enough, just like me, even it's hard for her, she choose to work hard until she feel tired, so she can get a rest and hang out with friends. And until now, I think she's still on the same stage. But this funny, similar with Dini, they both have like a big dream that make them like still go ahead with life. I have big dream, but I don't want to give up on my dream. That's what makes them now still alive. So the last one is quite interesting also. Boy. Boy came from the liberal family that don't talk much about religion. The mother is a psychologist, so they don't really talk religion in the house. And when he broke up with his girlfriend, again, another broke up that led a man to depression. So when he broke up with his girlfriend, long before that, a friend of him asked him to accompany the friend to Chaknun's preaching. So he got captivated by, wow, this Chaknun so real, so relatable, and he likes Chaknun, and he follows Chaknun online and sometimes offline. So when he felt down, he prayed, he salat, he performed salat. Never in his life, his family asked him to do salat, and he salat because of Caknun. And I asked him, why you do salat? Ya, because I think rasanya tuh enak aja Mbak kalau udah laporan sama bos besar. Ya. So he think that even once a day he has to report to the big boss through solar. And the coping mechanism also good. Coffee shop hopping, arranging music, work as freelance, and yeah, pray at least once a time per day. So he's still on the same stage, grieving by the loss of girlfriend and left behind by his peers because some of his friends already have career, have family, married, and he just broke up and still a college student. So yeah. Back to my presentation. My general findings are the informants came from three religious backgrounds: strong, liberal, and moderately religious family. My triggers for mental health condition are loss and grief, financial family situation, and academic struggles. Compounded triggers that make it worse: family situations, economic struggles, lack of communication with family. 8 out of 9 of my informants have no strong bond with the family, and lack of support system from family and close friends. This is the trigger that made the main trigger worse. And their positive coping are worship, prayers, exercise, therapy, hang out with friends, and working hard to help themselves and their family situation. The negative coping are alcohol excessive consumption, partying, questioning God, suicidal thoughts, self-harm, working too hard to distract themselves from the main issue. This is Dini and Fadi. Suicidal thought and self-harm was Aurora. And the isolation was Safa. And this is the finding that matters. I think this is really matter. A family religious background isn't always influential, because we both know that three of my informants that come from religious family, they don't turn into religion. They even have the excessive alcohol consumption. They go to therapy, something like that. So family religious background doesn't necessarily mean that someone will turn into religion if they feel down. Despite having strong religious family backgrounds, pre-informants didn't seek solace in religion. An informant from liberal family finds comfort in religious during difficult period after being inspired by Caknun's talk. This is what I talked about boy earlier. Those with higher spiritual well-being, including the agnostic one, funny, generally have better mental health coping and strategies and coping strategies. This is important. With the indicators that I mentioned earlier, I melihat parameter itu, melihat kesehatan mental mereka ya. Those who have the spiritual well-being have the better mental well-being. This is pasti. Someone who has the spiritual well-being, they will have the better mental well-being, and they have the better coping mechanism. So those people who got the good coping mechanism because they have a good spiritual well-being inside their soul, even the agnostic one, funny, spiritual but not religious, but he believe in God, he believe in her dreams, so she still have a good coping mechanism. And family religious teaching don't necessarily lead to the higher spiritual well-being. Look at Hilmi. When he said, no, I don't turn into religion, it's already too much in my house. And the religious trauma led to informants to identify as agnostic. Support system play a key role in helping all informants recover from their low points. So the important key finding here is all about support system because all of my informants can bounce back because they got the right support system. And many informants feel a stronger bond with friends than with family, indicating weaker family relationships. 8 out of 9 informants don't have strong bond with the family, and that's kind of sad. Okay, this is my personal finding during this thesis. So I also experienced turbulence, 6 months of shutdown, yeah. And I read the theory for my thesis from Albert Ellis. He said that the coping strategies are rooted in beliefs deeply held within individual. So this means even if individuals come from religious families, their personal conviction in their faith may vary in strength, leading to different coping approach. But I was a religious person when I was senior high school. I wear hijab. Yeah, I wear hijab and I quite religious. When I felt galau, I went to Masjid UI and I said Al-Quran at that time. So I'm pretty religious at that time. So, but already for years I did identify as agnostic now. But when I felt down, a little voice inside my head said, "Rin, I think you should do salat." Even I already talk to God whenever, wherever I want. I already pray like, God, please help me. But I don't think that uh, it helps before I do salat, before I ask God through salat, because I don't have any rituals, and I think I need rituals, and maybe my deeper belief is, yeah, I believe that the only way to talk to God is through salat, no matter what my religion right now. Even I'm agnostic, I don't really held into any religious belief, but I believe that if I want to talk to God, I should do salat. So I did salat, and I feel so much better. Oh my God, this is my coping mechanism. I'm an agnostic, but my coping mechanism is salat. So this is my personal finding. So if you felt down, you have to ask yourself what is the best coping mechanism that you can do for yourself. And even you don't trust God, you don't trust to any religious belief, maybe your soul needed just because it's your old belief that haven't gone anywhere. And after the personal finding, I have important question that I haven't answered in my research because nggak kepikiran. So I just think about it after I finish my thesis. Where did the spirituality and spiritual well-being come from? This is maybe something that I will research after this. I will go find the answer. Maybe one of you want to dig deeper about it. But this is important. Where did the spirituality came from? Because I haven't asked them. Maybe next. And this is the important notice from me because of the lack of support system that college students got. And I saw a lot in Twitter. They like, oh my God, guys, please give me in manifest, yeah, Jogja manifest and everything. They said that, guys, please give me a reason to still keep me alive, something like that. I think they need that. The college student need a support group because I felt the academic pressure also. So I made this Home for Soul. We will make the initial meeting for college student support group and this Saturday. Uh, at Nasi Kulit Surga Watu Gede jam 6.30 besok hari Mingguan. Just in case you guys need support system, let's come. We will have sharing session, counseling, problem identification, and support group initiation. So we will initiate the support group the next Saturday, and I think it will important to support. Maybe if I want to have any research, I can just ask them about my research. And if you guys have friends, please spread, bantuin untuk sebarkan ini ke teman-teman kalian nanti. Siapa tahu ada yang butuh. Let's save even just one life that we can save. Let's save that soul. If you want to get the material for this ugly poster of mine, you can go to my Instagram LDRNA. After this, I will post the poster, and please do spread the poster. Maybe you or your friends will need it, because in this group, I think that everyone in this group will help each other. So those who help or those who get help will feel so much better, and feel that oh iya, hidupku berarti ya karena aku masih bisa bantu orang, dan oh ternyata ada yang bantu aku. Jadi aku pikir kita akan bikin support group yang saling membantu ke depannya. So please do help me to spread the news. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Bella, for sharing, but sort of unrelatable with our conditions now. So, first 3 questions or comments? Anyone? Would like to share more like your experience with your thesis? Teamwork. Okay, anyone?
Oh iya, boleh curhat kok.
Cool. Anyone? Comments?
Thank you very much, Latrina. Amazing, yeah. I mean, we saw your journey, then you made it and make like a bouncing even higher. My question would be this: you discussed about the academic pressures, and we are the academic. I want to hear academicians, I mean the students. If you come through deeper through the issue academic pressure deeper, in addition to what you said from your informants, like if you go deeper to analyze about the academic things, the atmosphere, the life, like what make them. I'm thinking like if you could give us something to think about that we are doing here. One of your informants mentioning that it was because their families, I mean their relatives, insisted him, to make a higher achievement. But in addition to that, like in the academic life, what would be the one that would drive the depression, and also what would be possibly driving back the or could be also the academic coping mechanism. Academic life as a coping mechanism. Is there any imaginable kind of life in academia that could be a coping mechanism for us? Us, yeah. You said that the students and also lecturers could go through the depressions. Okay, and I would be also interested to hear from those of us here, like students, to share it could be us, like making creating the drive go to the depression. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much.
Let's do the college support group here.
Let's do it.
So before I ask, I do want to ask the students, right? Before I asked the students about their problems, their academic problems. I want to share the story from Hilmi. Hilmi got overwhelmed by his academic life and organization life. So he felt so excited. Oh my God, I got into UGM and I can get into any of organization that I have. I want cool organizations, and then I have to also maintain my IPK. And then oh yeah, they know that I'm so intelligent and I'm so clever. So I have to keep my IPK like 3.5. So the pressure is high, but he also excited. But this is the highlight. Um, you you need more energy management than time management. So if you have only small energy to do the academic life, only don't push yourself to go into the organization life. But if you have more energy for that, go ahead. But you have to do the energy management better than time management, because time management will not do anything not really related to your mental health, but energy management, the bad energy management will lead you into the exhaustion and burnout, and finally you get depression because of that, because that's what happened to Hilmi. He got exhausted and finally he depressed. And from my perspective as a former student, when I got stressed and for that 6 months of a shutdown, it's because I don't know how to do it. Yeah, I think some of you think that how to do this response paper, how to do this full paper for UAS, how to read this article that with like so high academic language. I don't know how to read it. Oh my God, what should I say in my response paper? Yeah, something like that affect me also. So that's when the support from your peers. Akil knows that I ask a lot in WhatsApp group class, like, ini gimana cara ngerjainnya guys? Aku nggak tahu, kalian ada yang udah selesai belum? Oh, aku belum juga mbak. Alhamdulillah ada yang belum. Yeah, right. So, yeah. Jadi kalau nggak tahu tuh nanya, jangan sampai kalau nggak tahu terus habis itu libur kuliah atau nggak tahu nggak dikerjain tesisnya. Don't do that. I did that. Okay, now I think we need to hear the academic problems for you guys. Please do. Let's do the college support system now, before the real college support system. Please.
Okay, please, anyone would like to start to share?
Mumpung
Your journey.
ada Pak Anju, Pak Iqbal.
Okay. Yeah, it's very interesting research, and yeah, I think it is very necessary for everyone. And one interesting insight for me is when you said that you even though you are agnostic right now, but sometimes your mind or your heart remind you to solat or pray like that. And because my in bachelor degree I learned in Quranic studies, so I remember in one verse in Al-Quran, they said, those who believe and their heart are peaceful by remembering Allah. Remember, only by remembering Allah will the heart be peaceful. Yeah. And maybe you already explain about people that they what is it? That they
back to religion to solve their depression, and people that is tend to go to professional. And maybe, but I want to know more like the pattern of these two, maybe like difference or difference within, maybe like this. Thank you.
So you want to know what is the difference between someone who is agnostic and choose salat, and someone who is from religious background that choose another coping mechanism than religion.
Like in general, like pattern. Okay. The difference between people who tend to go to professionals and people who tend to get to religion.
Oh, I see. Okay. The difference was, let's see, the case of Hilmi. Hilmi came from religious family, when he said that he needs more therapy than turn to religion, because first of all, he was lack of spiritual well-being. So the religious teaching didn't touch his heart, didn't touch his soul. And he knows that this kind of problem is mental health problem from the article that he read. So he think that I think I need therapist. I should go to therapy. So those are people with knowledge about mental health who went to therapy. Itu syarat utama. That was the first syarat untuk pergi ke psikolog adalah they have the knowledge about mental health and they know that they need therapy. That's the first, itu syarat utamanya. And why they don't turn into religion? Because they don't have belief system about that. The teachings didn't touch their soul. That's why I also talked to Anju like last month. The religious teachings in Indonesia are always talking about history and dogma without the relevancy of daily lives, especially in the younger students. So they never got anything from religious teachings. So yeah, they don't have any reason to go back to religion when they face the hard time. And for someone that turned to religion, like boy, because he touched by Chanon's preach, because he felt that Chanon's preach related to him. So yeah, he performed salat. For my case, I think I need a ritual to connect me with God. But the ritual that I did, like meditation or just sit down and praying, I think it's kurang. So what is the stronger ritual that I can perform to talk to God? Yeah, the only ritual that I learned from childhood to talk to God is salat. So I perform salat because I need to talk to my God in a fine ritual. Is it answering your question? Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I think I see someone in the back wants to share her comments. I'm coming for you.
No worries.
Okay. So thank you so much for the it's a very good presentation, and I think it's so very neat to talk about it, especially in academic realm, because a lot of, and not only me but many students
will talk about, oh, the burden is a lot. And also personally, the loss and grief itself so very related by myself because even like already 6 years I lost my mom. She already passed away, but the feelings is still there and it's like push me to the back. Like it's difficult even to reach the I need to do my master degree like that. And also many of them, the people share the story. It's related with the loss and grief, even like breakup, because I think breakup is also something like maybe people think, ah, it's just a breakup lah. You can move, you can find someone else. It doesn't easy.
Yeah.
Especially if you have attachment issue, especially if you don't understand like, oh, actually, I don't have love from my parents, or example, anything else. It's a very complicated, I think. But I also questioning how religion can touch the grief itself because, like for example, in Islam, NU only come and then like 7 days after that, see you, goodbye. Like they don't care about you. So even like sometimes we have comparison. You are like not it's easy lah losing someone like that. So someone else is facing something harder than you like that. I think it's a very complicated. So what do you think about it? That religions come to loss and grief. Meanwhile, the life itself is so very complex. Maybe you get the trauma is not only from your parents, but maybe from your friends, maybe from friend or friend. I don't know. So what do you think about it? The complexity in the, especially for the students, that also academic, they also have standard athletics. Thank you.
Oh my God, this is the tough question from someone who knows mental health quite good. So I will try my best to answer your question because I haven't got the psychologist degree, but I know some. So the first of all about the grief and loss. First of all, we should validate our feeling. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to grieve. It's okay that you feel lost after the loss of someone that you love, even the breakup. So when I got through the breakup and I need to cry, I have a good cry, a really good cry. Like I listen to sad songs and like for a week, for a month. I don't care if I need to cry for the straight 1 month. I will cry for the straight 1 month. Validate your feeling because no one will. They will say, "Why are you so sad about the breakup with that kind of guy? He doesn't even rage." No, I do like him. Why? So yeah, you should validate your feeling because no one will. First of all, validate your feeling. Second one, find the canal, emotional canal for yourself. So we have emotional canal, the bad canal, the good canal. So you have to learn what is the best thing that you can do to process your emotion. Like if I'm sad, some people sad and they don't cry. Some people sad then and they get angry to someone else. Some people get sad and like they hurt someone else. So find something that you can do without hurting yourself and someone else to express your feeling. If you need to cry, then cry. If you need to I need to swim. Then swim. Whatever you want to do it. Validate your feeling and express your emotion in whatever form it is. Like do it for yourself, and then we got back to your your question about how to grieve in religion, yeah. So I learned a little about it. I know that in Islam, most of preacher in Islam talk about mental health. They always talk about taqwa. So you need taqwa and remember about your God, then you will feel better. They say, yeah. So I will try to menerjemahkan itu dalam bahasa saya. So when you pray to God, like make him as because karena Tuhan itu yang memiliki ibu kamu ya. Tuhan itu kan yang memiliki ibu kamu. Jadi bilanglah sama Tuhan, Tuhan, aku kangen sama ibuku. Bilangin ya sama ibuku kalau aku kangen. You will feel like you talk to your mom through God, through your salat, and you can even talk to your mom in your prayer, like Mama, I miss you. Do it when you miss your mom, then and you want to cry, then cry. If you miss your mom and you want to go to makamnya and bring a bougie bouquet, like yang bouquet 500.000 itu bawa. Apapun yang kamu mau lakuin, as long as itu tidak mengganggu masa depan, as long as itu tidak mengganggu orang lain, lakukan. Karena kita harus melakukan apa yang kita perlu lakukan untuk jagain mental. I hope it answers ya. I'm not a psychologist, but I try my best. Okay, next question.
Okay, next questions or comments?
Okay.
Hello. Congratulations on your thesis. Finally. It's very interesting. Thank you for your presentations. But I'm wondering actually, because now it's good that mental health is really being discussed very much. So people get more awareness on it. And then there is also a concept called FOMO.
Yeah.
But very interesting and surprisingly, it also related to mental health and the recognitions of having mental health.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if during your research, did you actually get to know this level of recognizing the mental health through your respondents? Actually, only just like a trending. If you understand what I mean, like now that it's being discussed a lot, then people now it seems like, oh, I actually have mental issue. I actually have mental issue with my mental health, but actually it's not really not underestimating everyone's problem, but really this is something that we face in our everyday life. So during your research, did you get to know this level of only this feeling of FOMO in your respondents, and then does it actually affect their coping mechanisms? I think that's all first, because my next questions will be is they have these better coping mechanisms. Does it actually related to their active participation in the religiosity? Yeah, like. Terima kasih.
Please repeat the second question.
I don't know if I can mention this in English actually.
Yeah, it's okay. In Indonesia aja.
Jadi sebenarnya kalau mereka hanya FOMO aja supaya orang aware dengan their problems, not mental problems, apa itu kemudian mempengaruhi cara mereka punya eh, mengatasi kesulitan mereka saat mereka lebih partisipasinya dalam the religious tradition is better. I mean, I think when you answer the first question, then maybe I will find the answer.
Okay.
So I think that you can just erase the second questions. Thank you.
So about the FOMO, self-identified mental illness, yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, I know. I got schizophrenia. No, not that part. Oh yeah, I know. I got a mental illness. Yeah, self-identified mental illness is also mental illness because they need the validation from other people. They mental is ill, right? So the need of validation is also mental illness because maybe they don't get validation from the family, the close friends, or closest people around them. So they need to self-identify as mentally ill for the validation and perhatian, caper. Yeah. So it's just a matter of the labeling. They both need go to therapy when someone said that, oh yeah, I'm mentally ill. Yeah, you're mentally ill. Go to therapy and find out what is the diagnose of your mental illness from the psychologist, the professional, because you do need that. When you feel like, I think, based on this article, I think I have borderline personality disorder, or maybe I have the bipolar disorder. Never self-identify yourself because when your brain believe that you have that kind of mental disorder, then you will act like them. You will act like a bipolar. You will act like a borderline personality disorder. So you go to therapy and get the diagnose. Biasanya diagnosa itu tidak akan datang di pertemuan pertama. Diagnosa itu setelah 3 sampai minimal 3 bulan terapi baru dapat diagnosa. Tidak bisa secepat itu. Psikolog aja butuh 3 bulan untuk tegakkan diagnosa kesehatan mental seseorang. Bagaimana kita yang tidak punya kemampuan, tidak punya ilmunya bisa self-diagnose ourselves just because we read the article that mood swing related to bipolar. We cannot do that to ourselves because when we believe that, oh yeah, I mood swing because I'm bipolar. Today I can be happy and tomorrow I can be sad. Maybe your brain will act like that, and then your brain will tell you, oh, today you are already happy, so yes, tomorrow will be sad, okay? Because you are bipolar. Your brain will bring you there. So I tell you that self-identified is dangerous, and self-identified as mental illness is probably also mental illness. So go to therapy. That's the most important thing to do. Is it answer your question? Do you have following question?
I think in this case we did not get to find out. I mean, I can understand if you did not get to that level. No, I mean, you did not really make a research about their level of mental illness, I think. Yeah. Thank you.
Any more questions or comments?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Okay.
Hello.
Oh,
I know you on X. Oh, thank you.
Okay, I would like to cover two things. The first one, since the previous, like the initial question and is on the academic discussions, right? And the second one is probably related to religion. I wanted to share my experience. So I haven't learned a lot of religions before coming here. So it was kind of like overwhelming to me, especially in this semester, because like lecturers teach us like quite a lot of paradigms and they are clashing in some ways. Sorry, Anju. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what I know. Then it was kind of like overwhelming for me. Like yesterday when I went home after a class, I didn't finish my dinner because I was like, wow, everything is so overwhelming. And but then the problem with myself is that my coping mechanism is work. So it's not sleep, it's not eat, it's not eating delicious food. I need to be productive to forget about everything. And yeah, that's I think a problem that I need to work on. And also, I came from a quiet religious family. Not quiet. Uh, I think a lot of my relatives are very devout devout Muslims. And whenever I feel like stressed, like oppressed with everything, I tend to not being like religious. I tend to be like very tired of praying. Like I just take praying for granted. I just like pray and then think about something else, just finish four if that's four, sometimes it's probably 5 or 6 because I'm not focused. And just go back to sleep. Cause my kind of like self-diagnose is because since everything has been very firm and very hard, like all I know about the God is very hard on us. Because when I was a child, I keep reading Raka comics. Me too. Six Kebun. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and like my relatives are watching Indonesia. So I am very close to the way that the God keeps punishing us instead of being. Oh, it's not. I forgot. Maybe because we were in different generations. Sorry. And yeah, that's it. So I think it's like such a good offer that there's like this kind of program where we can share our academic struggles because everyone has like different experiences and religion. Yeah, you're right about how family religious side doesn't really matter in like mental health issue. But then one thing that I will probably ask is how since religion relates to mental health, I was wondering since I am now reading some materials from the anthropology class, ecology class. That's why I'm probably quite also decolonization anthropology class also. So I'm kind of like influenced by the relation paradigm right now. So I was wondering on how this mental health issue, which is related and linked to religion, is also linked to capitalism at a certain point. I'm wondering if we can expand this research. It was such a good research, and I'm actually gaining a lot of insights from your research. And but the issue that I am kind of like concerned about is how people nowadays for us to tackle mental health issue, we gotta get back to nature. Like the notion, the idea of getting back to nature. But I'm wondering if we go back to nature, those kind of this kind of solutions that people provide, is it actually we just gain like benefits for us? We just take nature for granted, and once we go to nature, then we exploit in a way that, okay, we take some benefits from them, and then once we heal, then we go back to modernity and everything. We go back to the city. But then, is it that kind of a relationship, or is it like more of a relation where we treat nature as like another subject that we face? So yeah, that's kind of like my concern. I'm not sure if that's a little bit way out of the topic, but yeah, that's what I wanted to respond. Thank you.
Just tiap semester bikin mental breakdance. So this is a story from my best friend, my classmate, that left the chat group after the last class of Anju because he also feel overwhelmed by the paradigms. And he said that, guys, aku izin live dulu ya, aku mau mencerna ini semua. And he left for a week. So it's okay. It's okay. It happened. It happened in us too. We felt so, oh my God. So for my whole life, it's all a lie. So it's okay. It's okay. When you got new belief that menyenggol your old belief system, maybe that is your first reaction. Oh my God, this is what I believe in my whole life, in my 20 something years of life. And Anju come to here in one class, he just broke up all of my belief and made me believe to another paradigm. Yes, we found that too. And that's hard, I know. So give yourself time to process the information. Some of you will accept the information, some of you will reject that. So give it back to your body, your mind. Give them time to think and digest whatever paradigm that you get from anyone. If it feels weird, it triggers your nervous system. Give your body time to digest it and leave it to your body. Either they want to accept it or reject it. You don't have to believe the paradigm that your lecturer give you. If you don't believe it, don't push yourself to believe it. No, you don't have to do that. Even the best scholar in this world also got the antithesis of their research, right? So you can also uh, mengkritisi Anju, criticize Anju. You can also gak setuju sama Anju, and that's okay. Don't push yourself that hard, okay? And then the second one about people getting to nature to get the better mental health. First of all, nature is great, a great source of a positive energy. Yes, nature is so great, and when you overwhelm over something, you can just grounding yourself, kayak nyeker di rumput, and then like breathing. That will give you minutes of peacefulness. And yeah, nature is good for you and your health, not only mental health, but also your physical health. But this is the point. Whatever they tell you about what makes the mental health better is what they believe. So you have to find your own belief, what you believe best for your mental health. If you believe that, like me, if I believe that when I face a hard challenge in my life, then I need to do salat, I will do salat because I believe in salat. If you believe that nature will heal you, then go to nature. If you find that nature, no, I go to the beach and yeah, I feel better for 5 minutes and then the depression come again, then nature is not for you. Don't do that. Find something else. Find something better to heal yourself. What people believe doesn't kamu gak harus percaya sama apa yang mereka percaya. Kepercayaan orang itu yaitu ada di dalam people's belief and it's different for one and another. So if you believe what they believe, then do it. If you don't believe, don't follow it. Don't be a follower. Find what makes you feel better yourself. Dan caranya adalah with knowing yourself better. This is important, I think, for this generation because you guys already have the high screen time. Different with my generation, we have like real time playing with our friends. So we don't really kesepian and we don't have hard time to make friends. And you guys seems to jadi generasi kesepian because you have that high screen time and with high screen time, we tend to repress our feelings and our whatever that's going on in our minds. So it's important to take off your phone and sit with yourself and face your own whatever is there in your mind. Talk to yourself, sit with yourself. Jadi kadang-kadang saya ambil waktu kayak sejam 2 jam jalan kaki lama, like 5 kilos, and I ask myself, what kind of bad, the worst thing that you can think in my mind, let's do it. So I think about the worst scenario, I think about the worst thing, I think about the saddest thing that I can think while I'm walking, and I face it myself. Until I feel exhausted, both physically and in my mind. But I feel so much better because I faced it. I face the feeling. I face the thoughts. It's important to face our thoughts. So sometimes you need to sit with yourself and face your thoughts and find your own comfort zone to make your mental health feel better. Not following what other people say. It will make you better. I hope that answers.
Okay, maybe one last questions, comments? Sure.
Thanks. Thank you very much. My name is Abdi. I'm from here. Yeah, I think I want to respond just from so we need to differentiate between mental illness and mental health problem. So your question yeah, it's different. Self-diagnose about mental illness and mental health problem. So usually the thing about the former is related to mental health problem. So yeah, and then yeah, I think I just want to respond the finding of this research is for me, I still saw that the mental health is still like the urban issue, like the modern issue. Even though it happens not only in urban, but the way we think, the way we approach it, like go to professional, go to psychology, you need 3 months to answer. It's like the approach like an urban approach for them. Even though if you see like that, if you see by those paradigm, not paradigm, by the perspective, we could see religion, spirituality. So because the question is, do you use religion as coping mechanism? So if we do this kind of paradigm, they'll think that mental health is like the approach as an urban issue. Religion is comparable to childhood neurosis, like you say. If we see the answer and your analysis, we will think that religion is a coping mechanism that arising out of the need of a protective father or a caring mother figure, something like that. So when we grow up as a child from outside the parental protective bubble, like we need some to confront unfriendly. So that's why when he was boyfriend or something. Like that. So I don't know. I feel like the approach is still like, yeah, it's kind of, yeah, tend to use treat religion as a some kind of childhood neurosis, the approach, and then so that's why it's hard to see like how we see the mental health issue as more inclusive issue. If you tend to go back, I mean, like in the past, in our generations, maybe we cannot spread our generation in the Gen Z generation, yeah. Today, we as we mentioned, like we glorify the mental health now, and it's good thing for me. Like uh, in the past, now in the past we have when we have a problem of mental health issue, you know what? When me, your generation, and I'm two generations, what's the song we talks about the about mental health issue? We have Sajadang Merah. See, Nasi Daria. So we have Sajadang Merah from Nasi Daria. How they approach the mental health religion? When we have mental health, what the reproach what? Tombo arti. See, so there is a different approach in our generations and today's generation that we go to the lagu galau emo. So that's why India with perayaan menari dengan bayangan, perayaan patah hati, something like that is so we celebrate that, we glorify that. So yeah, I wonder like how we could use more inclusive or in the Angus paradigm is like an international paradigm to be more, yeah, to approach this kind of mental health issue. I think because your finding it's ignite some things, I don't know, some things that yeah we could do more to use this kind of more yeah more inclusive paradigm rather than the more urban issue than psychological issue. Yeah, I don't know. I still think that's the approach is still urban model something like that. Anyway.
Thank you. Because this is also actually new for me. So the only thing that I can think about how to make this inclusive so other people not only talking about the psychologies and everything. And it's in Indonesia, right? Because most of us believe in religion. So I think it's important to teach the religion based on the relevancy of day-to-day problems. So we can talk about the mental health issue, but in a religious language, in a daily language, and yeah, maybe lecturer also can menyelipkan sedikit-sedikit because yeah, we are our teacher. We are our teacher. I am Anju and Pak Iqbal, and Mas Abdi maybe siapa gitu teacher yang diikutin. We are our teacher. So when we teach something to others, when I talk to the younger generation, I don't always talk about the mental health exclusively in psychologist paradigm, but I just talk about the daily life and the self-love and how the energy of them can cause can affect their lives, something like that, for like new ager. So we can touch that mental health issue through many things, through teachings, through religious teachings, through the important one is I really want to do that. The religious teaching in Indonesia should be relevant to the younger generation because the younger generation already can digest better than my generation. They can choose, no, I don't like this theory, I will leave it. I don't like this one, I will leave it. I don't believe it. In my generation, we ate it all. We ate it all. Like, oh, okay, this is what my teacher said to me. Oh, okay, this is what my parents say to me. They don't. They choose. They can choose because they have all the sources and all the knowledge to choose. So yeah, we have to make more choices for them to be aware of their mental health from many resources. Thank you. Is that answering your question, Mas Apik? Thank you.
Okay, so please give applause. Okay, so yeah, so maybe like for my last message is probably like if you need some help, of course, with academic struggles, because I felt that like this very moment, I finally go to like real psychologist this time, and I feel much better with it. And if you probably need like academic consultation, actually the UGM library offers you like academic consultation. Maybe like you can consult just like to have some friends to or to talk to. It's professional. I mean, it's from the UGM library, and she has done PhD research, so it's like related to your problems. But it helps me. So yeah, so of course, if you need some help, of course, please seek help. Yeah, you will get better. Okay, so thank you so much, guys, for coming here. And our topic for next Wednesday forum will be linking cultural diversity with community resilience to disasters. So yeah, and yeah, wish you a blissful first days of Ramadan, since I think next week we've already start our fasting month. So thank you so much, guys.
Puasa ya?
Don't forget to come to this.
Don't forget to come to this.
Support group and please do spread the news. You can get the picture from my IG. Thank you so much for
Thank
coming.
you. Next one sudah ada souvenirs. Oh my god. Maybe will be delivered by Anjing. Oh, Pak Iman. My advisor. Sebagai supervisor. My advisor. Advisor.
Setelah itu beratnya saya depan merah. I am so proud of itu generasi kita. Almost failed in this. Almost ya. You almost failed in this test. Oh gitu ya. Ya, ITRS lah ya. Congratulations, Arlina ya. Satu dua.